Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith. Let's go. Welcome to today's session. Today's session, we have to talk about the game. The game is a a liar, a storyteller. So this video is Stat Quo explaining. So he got a call from Top Dog. Explain, dude, tell the whole story. Then he gets a call from the game, like, dude, you on some bull crap. So let's react to these videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the session. Let's go, man.
Make sure some people in here. Let me tell y'all what that call was about. That call was about Top was calling me to tell me that when these clips come out, we got to tell the whole. He said, "I know." He said, "I know you telling the whole story, but you got to tell. It got to be in the clip of the whole story because he want everybody to understand. Dot didn't just stop talking to him for no reason. After that video that dude shot in Compton, that changed everything.
The 100 video.
The 100 video. And I had spoken.
So this is crazy. I asked this question to Glasses Malone, right? I sent it through a super chat. The game is a gang member. He don't know the rules. You bringing an enemy to the territory to diss? You bringing somebody to Compton to diss? Your homeboy, your homie? What type of gang member is that? Glasses could not answer the question. He was flabbergasted. I'm right or wrong, man. I'm going to clip that up. But what type of gang member does that, man? Then for the last 10 years, he was acting like it was not disrespectful. What? You can't make these stories up, man.
About that and told when I said that, I told Wack and Game about that. And Top thing is like, hey, that gotta be it. It don't need to be perceived that Dot just stopped talking to Kendrick out of nowhere. I mean, Kendrick stopped talking to Game out of nowhere.
Right.
That was the thing that, you know what I'm saying, that did it. And he reminded me that some of the younger guys, when they shot that J-Rock video, they went over to Game's house to do that part. And Game when he put that mask on, he said that the label or somebody said he couldn't show his face. But 2 weeks later, he did a Hurricane Chris video.
That's another thing. The game is a liar. The game is a liar. Here's a picture right here. According to the game, they paid him 10 racks to wear that hoodie. Totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
these are the things that Top is reminding me on the phone. And I told him, I'm like, who from the crew that we need to have on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To make sure that it's done correctly. He's like, no, I'm loving everything you're doing. I'm just telling you. He's like, I was talking to Dot last night. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, let him know it's all love. But he's like, I love everything you're doing. You telling the truth. Just that clip didn't have that part in there, so I don't want it to look like this nigga Dot just was like, I just stopped talking the game for no reason. So that's what that was about. And that, right. So that's my.
So this is part 2 where Stat Quo talks to the game, and the game is a good liar, storyteller, in my opinion. Check this out right here. Let's go. Welcome to the session, man.
That my brother called me with this morning, and I definitely want to say when I was talking about, and not because he called me, of people that mean the world to me, Game and Wack 100 are 2 people that are definitely on my list. When I say it's 8 people, that I am truly appreciative of. And not because he called me this morning, because that's what we do anyway. He wasn't calling me about what I said. He was calling me about the way it's being perceived. So he wanted people to hear how he feels about some shit. And I understand that. He's finishing up his album. He's definitely gonna come on, and because it's a lot of stuff he told me. I'm like, yo, I'll just wait for you to talk about that. And at the same time, I don't want to perpetuate something that just goes farther, because what he said, the most impactful thing he said to me was he named a bunch of deceased rappers that we all know that we can no longer talk to. and he just was talking about how dangerous it gets. I think kind of like what Lupe said too. You know how dangerous it gets for certain situations, and he's outside, no security, just game. You know what I'm saying? So it's never the artist; it's always the different entourages. So um, that's something that kind of hit home with me about conversations, because that's not what I'm definitely not on that. I don't want none of that to happen on either side. I love Game just as much as I love Top, and I know Top loves Chuck. I know and he knows that because he said that. He said he loved Kendrick, so it's not even a thing. So that's another thing. I don't like people, and I know you got to get your views, and I feel it, but there's no beef between Kendrick and Game. It's not a beef. It's not a beef. It's just he reiterated that to me on the phone, that he didn't know that.
So there's no beef. But there is, I'm not fucking with your punk ass.
Kendrick felt the way about that. He reiterated it, but now he said in retrospect he could see and understand it. But guess what? This is the bomb. This is one of the bombshells I'm going to drop here today. But he said when Kendrick did Power, and no, this is what he said. When Kendrick did Power, and they knew that 50 Cent was his arch nemesis, he didn't feel away. He felt like he enjoyed it. So he's like, I didn't care that Kendrick did Power. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But that's what he said. Another thing that he wanted me to put out here, since I'm going down, the hoodie that he wore in the J Rock video, the reason he zipped it up is because he got $10,000 to wear it. So that's why he was wearing that shirt. So everybody that held that grudge from him, he got paid money to wear the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? The third thing, because I talked about the verses. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, hey, you know me. I'm like, bro, you didn't set up One Blood. You didn't do these. He's like, you don't understand that. If, let's say I got up there and it would just turn into something else and I just was myself and start just totally disrespecting.
You know what? I'm sorry, I have to stop right here. The Kendrick Lamar power scene is in 2018. The Game 50 Cent beef was in 2005, man. What are we talking about, dude? Shut your ass up, man.
IG. He said that would have caused something, a ripple effect outside of that event. He said it was about brotherhood coming together and falling back from where I was in order for us to have a great moment. And I'm like, I straight up told him, I said, well, I feel like some of the people some of the people that are owners of that entity are not big fans of you. So I felt like it was a way. He's like, well, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama told me to do it, and it was a good look for the Pyrus and Bloods all in Los Angeles and around the world that seen that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, and the fourth thing is, it came from lyrically, just period. And he said, "Don't all them when people talk about lists and he not on the list, but he didn't. But he went up against Jay-Z. He went up against this one. He went up against that one, and he's still here. He's still here, rapping, walking around, weights, living and breathing and eating good food. So those are the four things that he definitely wanted me to convey. He said, you see how we getting on the phone and we talking? He said that's all he ever wanted when it came to Doc. And I said, this was my rebuttal. I said, hey, well, the video shoot, he felt the way about that. He said, well, if I held grudges like niggas held grudges against me, where would the West Coast be?
What's good? Welcome to D Smith Muscuts. Welcome to today's session. Today's session, man, I have to talk about the game. Man, I have to talk about the game. The need for attention is beyond me. So you telling me since 2015, when he brought old boy to Compton, he did not know Kendrick Lamar was done messing with him. Come on. The game is a smart guy, right? And supposedly. He did not think that was some bull crap, even though, according to Stat Quo told him in Whack 100, if you bring old boy to Compton, Kendrick Lamar K. Dot is done messing with you. So for the last 2 years, Game been walking this earth saying why Kendrick Lamar won't talk to me. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Especially the last 2 years. Why Kendrick won't pick up my phone. Bro, you know why. You know why. The need for attention from Kendrick, the need from attention, the need. And you sitting on Drake's lap. Sitting on Drake's lap. It is crazy. Of course, he will never talk to you again. So you can whine and cry on social media. You can try to bait him into a beef, a rap battle. He not effing with you. He is done with you. You are literally dead to him. You're dead. You're dead. Why? Because you want to mess with this Canadian. You want to mess with this Canadian ninja. That's why he done with you. The need. So this is the need for attention or great marketing. Either way, they both backfired on old boy. Like, comment, subscribe. Over to the session. Bam.